All right. So let's talk about something, the structure of the aircraft from outside, not inside. We will discuss inside later. I'm just doing it for my revision and nothing else. Let's go outside the plane and see. Okay, so what is this aircraft? And what are the parts of the aircraft from outside? Okay, so it has this nose gear. These are main gear too. This is propeller, and this is pitot tube that calculate airspeed, and this is a static port that is connected to your altimeter and vertical speed and some instruments inside to tell you the pressure outside the plane. This is very important. These two, pitot tube and static port, should not be blocked by ice or by any debris. Otherwise you will have wrong information inside. This is engine cooling, called engine cowling, and under this engine is sitting. There's some exhaust and radiator stuff here. These are wings on top. You see, we can see wings from the top, and you see these red knobs or openings. So this is where you fill up the tanks with the gas. These are actually gas tank too, these wings. You can fill up the gas in this Cessna 172. And if you go back to the tail side, let me tell you that this is called fuselage, from this pilot compartments to and cover this all baggage area and everything, fuselage. And then this is tail section at the back. If you go and see the tail section, you will find let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so this is called a vertical stabilizer, and this part is called horizontal stabilizer. And vertical stabilizer has this moving part at the back. You see, when I press my rudder, this area moves. So what does it mean? If I press right rudder, the plane will turn to the right on the ground, and if I press my left rudder, the plane will turn to the left on the ground. And it also helps in coordinated flight in the air. If you see the tail section on the back side, this part is called elevator. So elevator is controlled with the yoke inside the plane. If I pull back the yoke, elevators uplifted, right? And if we go press forward the yoke, so elevator goes down. It helps to lift the plane and descend plane. Okay, and there is a small section here that is called trim tab. This helps to keep the plane level off in the air. It depends on what you need. Okay, these are the things. And from the top you see there are two sections on the wings. One is this um, outer edge of this wing, this part. These are called aileron, that helps plane to turn left or right. So if I move my yoke to the right, so the right side goes up and left side goes down, that creates pressure underneath this wing and will lift this side of the wing, and plane and will go, this side will go down, this side will go up, so the plane will turn right. If I move my yoke to the left, this side goes down, this side goes up, means this wing will lift up, this wing will go down, and the plane will turn left. And the inner edge of this wing has flaps. If I increase flaps, so let me try to increase, this area will go down. If I decrease flaps, this will go up, and this helps to lift the plane and create drags to slow down the plane. Okay, so this is just the basic parts, and this is all for my understanding, my learning, and memorizing these areas of the plane. And I'll tell you a little bit about the lights outside. Okay, there are lights. For example, on this wing you see these two lights. These are called landing lights, and we turn on these lights when we are landing or about to land on the runway, to let the control tower knows and other people on the ground that plane is landing. Okay, and there is two lights on the corner. One is this one on the left wing, this is red. On the right wing is green. These are called navigation lights, and navigation lights are to tell other planes that what direction this plane is moving and navigating, so that they know if the plane is coming towards them or going away from them. We will go in technical details in later videos. Right now I'm just going through just the surface of this aircraft. And there is one light called beacon light, and that is red flashing light. This is right here. Sometimes it's somewhere else underneath, and this tells that the engine is started. So the ground staff from far, they can see that this plane has engine started, and this red light is keep blinking. And there are other lights, they're called strobe lights or anti-collision lights. Sometimes these anti-collision light is also on the tail, and this is right here, anti-collision light on the wing. And I think yeah, they are very sharp lights. This is for the other planes, so they avoid mid-air collision. They can see from far that this light is very sharp. Some pilots, if the airport is busy, they try to avoid this until they are at the hold short area before takeoff, to keep other pilots go blind. And but in the air you have to keep them on all the time. If the area is not too busy, so some pilots keep them on while they're taxiing and going to the runway. So this is all just the major parts of the aircraft from outside, and we will discuss about inside in the next video, and then later videos we will discuss about technically how these things works, so that I can memorize and remember everything. If I go inside, there are some instrument. This is very basic airplane, has no Garmin type primary flight display PFD or multifunction display. It has nothing. It has only GPS and radios and these manual navigation system, compass, altimeter, attitude indicator, airspeed indicator, heading indicator, vertical speed indicator, and turn coordinator or slip indicator, whatever. Some fuel gauges, and all these things we will discuss later. Inside the plane we have this yoke, okay, which helps to turn left and right in the air. You don't left and right on the ground with this yoke because you have rudder and they are hiding underneath. I don't know if I can see those rudders from here. Yes, with the feet you see. This is how you steer plane on the ground, left and right. And some switches here and circuit breaker. This is buttons for avionics and master to turn on the engines. This is magnetos to ignition, start, fuel mixtures, and throttle for power to engine. And this is for flaps up and down. And this is a trim wheel where you set the trim. What else from inside? You have brakes, and this is fuel selector for the wings, left or right. Usually it's in the middle. In case of any emergency, you can draw fuel only from one side. This is electronic flight bag. You can say like any tablets or anything that you configure for your flight plan, and all those calculations you can do in this. Your weight and balance and your airport information, your runway informations, all you can see from this flight bag. Or you can keep manual in the book or whatever. So this is all from inside. Technically we will cover later. From outside I have already shown you. One thing I will tell you right now is this elevator. When you're running on the runway for takeoff and you pull your yoke a little bit up, and you see this, how this trim is upward, right? And that creates pressure on the of the wind on this side, and release pressure underneath that pushes down this tail side a little bit, so the nose goes up. As soon as nose goes up, angle of attack changes and help this plane to fly up further. You see this, how this tail is up from here, and so when you pull the yoke up, this will push down this tail side because of the pressure of the wind on the top of this horizontal stabilizer area. and I will push this tail down a little bit, and we have to be careful while landing that we don't pull this too much, so to avoid any tail strike or stall. Okay, so this is everything. Some antennas here for radio communications and GPS stuff. All right, and you know this propeller already, I have told you. That is when engine is running, and that is actually pushing your plane forward on the ground and in the air both. All right, thank you so much for your patience with me, and it's all about my learning, understanding about the aircraft. Whenever I have to practice something, I can come back and see. If you find any mistakes in there, then forgive me, and you can leave your comments so that I can be corrected. Okay, take care. Bye bye.